I got that California.
What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, coach of your Montreal Milotics, bringing you our Week 10 battle for the PCL. Today we're facing off against Danza, coach of the LA Nidokings. He's got a really cool team. He's also, I believe, first place in the division that is also in our conference, but not our division. So I can't remember which division that is. Off my head, I can try and check right now. It just depends if the dock will load. He's in the Sweden division while we're in the Selby division, and he currently has a record of, what, I think it's 7-2. So he's got a really good record. 2 losses so far is pretty good as well, and he also is coming off a 5-game winning streak. If I'm not, yeah, is that 5-game winning streak? If I'm not mistaken. So he's, yeah, we're in for a tough one here. He hasn't clinched playoffs though, even though he's 7 wins, 2 losses. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. We need one more win to clinch, and we're what, 5-4 right now. So it's kind of just shows the difference between the divisions there. My division, it's a really strong division. It's just that everyone's been losing to each other, and we end up going. Everyone else in my division, I believe, is like what, 3-6 or something like that, around that range. So we pretty much clinch with one more win, or if everyone else loses, I think. Actually, no, we need one more win to clinch, because if everyone else wins and then we lose all our games, then we'll go 5-7. They'll also be 5-7, or no, 6-6. Yeah, so that's that. So we just need a win. That's all we need to do. We pick up a win, we're golden. So my opponent has a team of Thunderous Eye, which is super scary. I'm obviously really afraid of the Prankster T-Waves, which is really probably going to be coming. We then have a Hippowdon. Oh my god, I can't talk today. A Hippowdon, which is there to set up sand for his Excadrill. It's a really good defensive wall this game. There's also a Darmanitan, which I expect to be coming as a Scarf set. There's Alolan Muck, there's Bronzong, there's Go-Go with Z-moves, there's Deoxys Speed, which I expect to be a very fast Spike Stacker. There's Excadrill, Terrakion with Z-moves, Cofagrigus, and Mega Blastoise. He had a lot of mons that he could bring. I think the only one that I felt like he wasn't going to bring was the Go-Go. I felt like everything else could have potentially come this game, and yeah, that just shows the sign of good prep and good building and good team composition. So my team though is Tapu Koko, Hawlucha, Nidoqueen, Snorlax, Alolan Persian, Gourgeist, Victini, Skarmory, Matthew with Z-moves, Alolan Raichu with Z-moves, and Mega Altaria. Still, we're 10 weeks in, I have yet to bring Gourgeist, so yeah. Anyways, we'll get into the matchup and the team we actually brought. So the team we brought a bit of a, not a bit of a meme team, but I built this pretty quickly just because, I mean, Dan and I were going to battle on the weekend. We ended up battling on a Friday night at like midnight. I didn't build it. I was like, okay, damn, I have to get this done right now. I don't want to hold them any longer, so I'll just get this done quickly. And I built a team like this. So the first things first, we have a Choice Banded Victini. V-Create runs through his team. It 2 kills everything on his roster, except for the Mega Blastoise, which Bolt Strike does. So we have V-Create, U-Turn, Bolt Strike, and ends on Headbutt. I believe our speed is there for a Modest or an Adamant Thunderous Eye. We then have World Star, Tapu Koko, which is a fully support set. We have U-Turn, Toxic, Roost, and Nature's Madness. We're max HP, 236 speed, which I can't remember what it's for. I think it's for the, what is it for? It might be for the Terrakion, maybe. No, it's for the Thunderous Eye. That's what it is. So we have enough speed for the Thunderous Eye. We have 12 defense and Impish Nature that will allow us to take many physical hits, like fighting moves from the Terrakion, and like Darmanitan has Earthquake, and same thing for Excadrill's Earthquake. I guess we can live those maybe. But yeah, we then have Scrappy, our Manaphy, which is Watarium Z, Rain Dance, Surf, Energy Ball, Ice Beam with Z Rain Dance or Z Surf, depending on what we want to do. We then have another weird set, a defensive Hawlucha, again, with Limber. We have Limber here because of the, what is it called? Of the Thunderous Eyes T-Wave. Don't want to get paralyzed. We have speed for that Thunderous Eye. We are the Eye of Papa Berry, just to gain back some HP. We actually have a really weird tech that I'm not going to go into right now, because you guys will either see it later or it didn't end up coming, and I might want to use it again, so who knows. But next up, though, we do have Drain Punch as our stab over high jump kick this week, because he has a Ghost type that I really thought was going to be coming in the Cofagrigus. So yeah, we then have our Nidoqueen here, which is Life Orb this week. Earth Power, Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, and Thunderbolt. It's really good against this team. If I can get this thing in and just like start clicking buttons, then it's pretty much over. Like if the Darmanitan goes for a superpower, then I get a free switch into this thing after he basically gets killed, and then I can just fire off moves. If he goes into the Bronzong, I have Shadow Ball for that, which is going to do a ton of damage. So I'm excited to see what we can do with this Nidoking this week. We then have Wakanda, our Persian. I'm hoping that it can do more than it's been doing in the past. It's really done nothing the 2 weeks it's come. So we have Wakanda the Persian, like I said, leftovers this week with a Jolly Nature with Parting Shot. I had Fake Out, I switched it to Taunt, Foul Play, and then Toxic as well. And that's pretty much it on my team. Obviously, we can't really touch the Terrakion, but my only hope is that we outspeed it and get off a Taunt on it, because I do not want this thing setting up a Rock Polish, because with a Rock Polish, it just runs through my entire team. So, yeah, I'm worried about that. But anyways, that's the battle, that's the teams. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So, my opponent had brought the Darmanitan, the Thundurus, the Bronzong, Terrakion, the Cofagrigus, and the Excadrill. And he's going to end up leading off with the Darmanitan, while I end up saying, you know what, I'm leading off with my Victini. Depending on what he leads with, I can just click buttons and potentially go for V-Create if he leads off with Bronzong. But you're going to see, like I said, he does lead off with the Big Chungus, the Darmanitan, which is a great name for it. And I ended up going for the U-turn here because I expected him to be Scarf, and I actually, like, I took nothing from a Scarf U-turn. So I was cool with that, taking the U-turn there. He switches out, he goes into PCL, and I was really close to going for the Flare Blitz, and I thought it was the V-Create, but V-Create did, I think, 99% maximum to a no-bulk Darmanitan, and that would have obviously obliterated this Bronzong, so it would have been really cool if I had gone for that. That Bronzong would have been gone, and there basically would have been one less huge threat off the field. But I can go to my Manaphy here, and this thing can't really touch me. The best it can do is, like, Toxic, so, and I have the Rain Dance, so it's not really a big deal, so I can just go for a Surf here, as he's going to end up switching out, and he goes into Jolt, which is his Thundurus, and this is going to take a pretty big chunk of damage. I mean, it's going to do around 50-ish%. I think the roll is 50 to 60% if he's no investment. So I'm kind of happy with this. We do over half. It was kind of a low roll-ish, but it's okay. And I actually stayed in here predicting the Volt Switch, but he goes for U-turn instead, and I'm cool with that. U-turn comes out, and this is good because, I mean, I get to keep in my Manaphy. I gain all the momentum now. He goes back into his Bronzong, and I can fire off yet another Surf. And this is going to do a decent chunk of damage to him. He's probably a fully Spadef Bronzong based on the damage that the U-turn did, or he's a very... he's a very Spadef Bronzong from what I understand. But I go for a Surf again, and we are going to be able to put this thing down to a 2 KO, which is awesome. I think it's either going to be a 2 KO or maybe it just barely live on 1. But yeah, so I think we got a bit of a lower roll there than we did on the first one. He gets up his rocks here, which is unfortunate. But I'm really hoping now that that we can KO this thing. But here's the thing. I don't feel confident we can get the roll. So what I decided to do here is I decided to go for the Z Rain Dance. I'll gain my +1 speed, and that way, after I KO this thing will probably go for the Toxic, or maybe the Reflect, or whatever it is, or maybe even, I don't know, Earthquake. But whatever it is, I'll be able to get my Z Rain Dance, I'll be able to outspeed whatever, I'll be able to find out if the Thundurus is Scarfed or not. I don't think he'd be double Scarfed, I'd be able to just rip through his team, because with a +1 boost, and in the rain, we do a ton of damage. So I'm going to click the Z Rain Dance here. And looking back on it, I don't know if this is a misplay or not. I don't know. I should have probably clicked the Z Surf here to guarantee the KO, but I really want to get that +1 speed, but I really didn't expect what was going to come out next. So I'm going to go for the Z Rain Dance here, and we're going to be able to get that +1 boost in speed instead of the rain, so we double the attack power of our water moves, which is really strong this game, especially because he has no resistances, and he actually goes for the light screen, and this is why I was saying I guess I should have clicked the Z Surf, because now that the light screen's up, it kind of makes the rain useless, and it just makes it we're going to do the exact same amount of damage. So I'm going to go for another Surf here, and he's probably going to switch out and go into his Cofagrigus. I really had no reason to do anything else, but the Cofagrigus is going to take absolutely nothing from this. Like, you're going to see Surf in the rain behind a light screen, though for him, it's going to do nothing. I wish he didn't have a light screen. If he had Reflect Up, that would have been great, but no, it's light screen. That does nothing. Really unfortunate. It would have been a 2-shot had we not had light screen up, so great bring on his part. It really helped him out here in this situation, because you're going to see I can go for the Surf again. We're going to chip him down to, I believe, below half now, or just around half HP, right? Yeah, just below half, and he goes for the Haze, and the Haze will get rid of the +1 boost in speed, which is why I went for the Z Surf in the first, Z Rain Dance in the first place, actually. And really unfortunate, but good bring again. He really brought a team. He must have been afraid of Manaphy. That's why he brought a team with Light Screen and Haze. It was really solid, because the Haze doesn't, from my understanding, Haze does not get rid of the Unburden boost from Hawlucha, which is big. But anyways, he goes for Pain Split there. I'm like, that's cool, whatever. I lose out on a lot of HP here. I'm in range of Volt Switch now, in case he has that. But I have to go for another Surf here. I just have to keep attacking this thing. So I'm going to go for a Surf, as he's going to switch out. I believe he goes into the Bronzong here. And this thing is 2 KO from this range, even with the rain up and the light screen up, because I think next turn the light screen will wear off and so will the rain. So he'll drop. But we get actually a crit here, and we do manage to put the KO. So really unfortunate for Danza, but it didn't really matter in the long run. It just basically made it so I could potentially have gotten up another turn of rain, but again, didn't really matter at all. Anyways, he's going to go into Jolt here, and last time I stayed in, so I think he's going to go for the Thunderbolt, but I can't risk him going for the for the U-turn here and going into my Nidoqueen, so I have to go into my Coco. My Coco is obviously going to resist it. It is pretty supportive. It's got tons of HP investment, so hopefully we can't get too KO'd, and hopefully he doesn't have Sludge Wave. Even if he does have Sludge Wave, we do KO him with the Thunderbolt. He has to know that, so potentially we can just go for U-turn and like scare him out. So that's kind of my play here. He's going to go for the Thunderbolt here, and this is obviously going to do a ton of damage because he's in terrain. We are very bulky, we do resist it, and he ends up getting a critical hit here, so we do take a little bit more than we actually needed. And we do have Roost, which is great, but I do think he's just going to KO me with the Sludge Wave here. So I'm going to go for the U-turn, as he actually does switch out, and he goes into his extra drill, which is Stab here. It makes sense. He resists my dual Stab. He's immune to my Thunderbolt, which is big, but I can get off a U-turn there, and now I have another free swap into Manaphy, which is amazing. So I go hard into my Manaphy here. Manaphy basically just picks up a kill. If he goes into anything, we manage to KO that thing, or just OHKO it straight up. Like, what does he have left? He has left the what does he have left? He has left the Cofagrigus, which gets 2 KO'd. He has the he has the Bronzong, which is dead. He has the Thunderous, which drops. He has the Darmanitan, the Cofagrigus, which gets 2 KO from this range. You can see here, Cofagrigus will come in, and this is going to take tons of damage. Like, Cofagrigus is bulky, it's fat, and that does like 45%. I will take that damage every day. So I'm kind of happy with that, and I can go for another Surf, and Manaphy will be able to claim its second kill of the game. So Manaphy, even without the +1 boost in speed, it's still claiming lives. It's still doing great this week. Really happy with how it's gone so far. I love the animation for Surf, by the way. It just looks so awesome. If you guys saw the thumbnail for my game against Dai and the Suicune that we had there, it looks really cool. But anyways, he goes back to Thundurus here. I think, again, he's going to go for the U-turn here, but unfortunately he doesn't go for the U-turn. He goes for the Thunderbolt, and this will be able to clean off our Manaphy. So really unfortunate. I believe that's our first death of the game. So I think it's now, what is that? Sorry for the ping. My brother's iPad just keeps going off. I believe that's 6-5, 6-4 now for us. But I go into my Nidoking here. He has to have the Hidden Ice or the Psychic, and he needs to be like Specs or something, or Life Orb, but he's not Specs or Life Orb. And he goes for an attack, and he brings us all the way down to 1, and he actually ends up being, from my understanding, I think he's Expert Belt. And thankfully he's Expert Belt and not Yachi Berry, because I was really worried if I went for the Yachi Berry there, or the Ice Beam there, because of the Yachi. But no, he's Expert Belt, and he drops, and got it. So my Nidoqueen is at now 1 HP, and I'm thinking now, this sucks, because my offensive Pokemon are my Victini, which is basically chipped down. It's going to come in at like under 50% after Rocks. It's going to have to take U-turns from the Darmanitan, and then there's my Coco, which just has Nature's Madness and U-turn, and my Hawlucha, which only has Drain Punch as an attacking move. But he goes into this thing, I'm thinking like, okay, I have to go into my Hawlucha here. He can't beat me unless he is Rock Polish with Z Stone Edge. And even then, the Z Stone Edge, it's a roll to KO from full. That's how like defensive we are. If I was just a standard Lucha set with high jump kick, then we would have obliterated that thing. It would have been gone unless it was sashed. But he goes to the Rock Polish here, and my greatest fears are here. So he's gonna go for the Z move, I'm assuming, and yeah, he does, and he is a Rock Z Terrakion, and this is not good because I believe we have a 12.5% chance to live this hit. Obviously, he doesn't know that. He thinks he has a 100% chance to OHKO, which in a standard Hawlucha set he would have a 100% chance to OHKO. But you're gonna see here, this is gonna be big. We have a 12% chance to KO. Do we survive? Like, of course we're not going to survive. It's 12.5% chance. Except I lied. We survived. We took the hit. It was ridiculous. I can't believe he actually got the second lowest roll possible, and we are going to be able to Drain Punch back, get our Eye Papa Berry, get back up to over half, Drain Punch back to health, and KO the Terrakion, which is insane. I'm telling you guys right now, we lost the game right there had he gotten the roll he needed. And again, it was an 87.5% chance for him to get the roll he wanted, and a 12% chance for us to get the roll we wanted, which was really unfortunate for him. It's big. It's really big. We don't have a burden. Obviously, Drain Punch is our only attacking move, and it won't KO the Darmanitan. I don't have enough HP. I won't have enough HP to live a Flare Blitz from this thing. So my play right now is to just go and sack off my Coco. So I switch out, and I go into that Coco here. I'm going to set up my terrain again as well. Doesn't really matter. Let's see what he locks himself into. Depending on what it is, I can make my play. So we're going to see here, he actually is going to end up, I believe he's going to go for the Flare Blitz here, right? Flare Blitz? Yeah, Flare Blitz. So Flare Blitz comes out, and it's going to completely annihilate our Coco. I'm thinking, you know what, this is cool. I'm checking the I'm checking everything, and I see that my Victini can live a hit. It can live a Flare Blitz, which is excellent, and I can go for the Flare Blitz for the V-Create back. It'll OHKO the Excadrill, and it'll KO the Darmanitan here, especially after he takes recoil. 100% after he takes recoil. But here's the thing. If he's adamant, he has a roll to KO me. It's a very slim roll, not as slim as the roll that we had with Continental Crush, but he is indeed adamant, and he does get that roll, so it is what it is. I got, honestly, like, my Victini going down is nowhere near as big as his Terrakion that was about to sweep me going down is. But it's okay, I can go into my Alolan Persian here, and Alolan Persian lives the hit guaranteed, unless he crits us and burns us. So that kind of sucks. But my play here is I go for the foul play. If he switches out, then his extra goes 2-KO. If he stays in, his Darmanitan goes down. So his play right now is to just go and attack me, and then have his Excadrill come in and attack me back. But I have my Hawlucha in the back, which will live any hit, and outspeed the Excadrill that he brought. So hopefully we can just win this game outright, as long as there's no crits here with the Flare Blitz. But he does switch out instead. So he switches out, and he's going to go hard into his Excadrill here. And during this year, I was kind of like, damn, this did a lot of damage, because I expected this to be a very specially defensive Excadrill to deal with my Koko, but no, it's not. It's actually a fully physically offensive Excadrill based on the damage there. So we do a ton of damage, we do like 60% there, and I will just go for a second foul play here, and foul play should annihilate this thing, and Persian will pick up, I believe that's going to be its first KO of the season, which will be excellent after its really poor showing last week. So goodbye, Excadrill, and thank you, Persian, for finally doing something useful. Awesome. Anyways, in is going to come his Darmanitan. That thing, it will not KO us unless he gets a critical hit. I believe we would live on like 25% health around that. And we're pretty much full health too, which is awesome. So I'm going to go for the the foul play here. He's going to go for the Flare Blitz. Does he get the crit? If he gets the crit, he wins the game. Does he crit? 170 down to 46. We live the hit, thankfully. We can go for the foul play, and we will win the game. So, ooh, very, very close game. Honestly, the game came down to the roll with Hawlucha. Without that roll, then I think we definitely would have lost the game. So GG Danza, kind of a shitty way for the game to come down to a roll, especially a roll that's like, if it was 50-50, I wouldn't feel as bad, but because it was 12.5%, and it was really like a meme Hawlucha, I feel kind of bad about it. Obviously, I could have had more investment in my defense if I wanted to take hits from the Terrakion a bit better, but I didn't, so that's on me. Maybe next time I play him, I'll invest more into defense than I will into HP, and maybe, who knows, I might be able to actually live a hit from full no matter what. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this battle in the PCL. Really cool game. We actually ended up clinching playoffs on that, so that's awesome. We were one of the first two teams to clinch. I believe it's us and one other coach. That one other coach, I think it's Lux. I could be wrong. I think it's Lux. He's in the maybe the Raikou division. Yeah. So we clinched playoffs, which is awesome. So the last 2 weeks we can kind of not like mean, but just go a bit easier. I do want to bring the Gourgeist, maybe, hopefully. So we'll see if that happens. If not, it doesn't happen. Oh well. But yeah. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to answer the comment question of the day. Also, again, GG to Danza. Really sorry about it. I know it sucks, but yeah, I'm sorry, man. But anyways, GG guys. Oh my god, I just gotta get out of here. GG Danza. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you all next time.